All right. Nissan GTR, EcuTek Tuned, about 800 horsepower on high boost. I would guesstimate around like 690, 700 on low boost. Map 1. So that's what we're on right now. We're on map 1, low boost. I'm not going to go too crazy, especially just yet, because am I in the way? No, he's not turning here. I'm not going to go too crazy just yet because the car is still a little cold. I like to follow these gauges over here rather than the ones on the dash, because I think this guy's going to let me out. Oh yeah, there, Bob. Oh yeah. Alright, I said I wasn't gonna go crazy, so let me relax a little bit. But as I was saying, is I like to follow the gauges on the screen because they are digital, and there's a cop right there. So
police are always chasing me. They say
yeah.
I got a felony, but all I did was steal me a ride.
That's yeah, let's relax for a little bit. You know, we'll get into it a little more later. But I'm always getting off track. I like to follow the gauges on the screen because they're more accurate, they're digital. And honestly, I didn't know that a lot of these gauges were on this computer, because when I first got my first GTR, I would just follow the temp gauge on the dash, and once the car was warmed up, I would just freaking hit it and just, you know, I would do my thing. And I didn't realize that nothing else was warmed up in the car. Like, you got transmission oil, you got engine oil temp, you got
carburetor hooked up to the motor. The motor ain't pushing enough pressure out.
all this other stuff that takes days to warm up in this car. And I was being on that car like crazy, not realizing that nothing else was warmed up. And I probably caused a lot of damage to that car. But this one, I always make sure I have it on this screen. I set up this screen for myself to give myself a lot of the information that I want to see. There's other things like coolant temperature. Like if I feel like the car is going to be running hot, I'll switch over to screen number 2. So I wasn't even trying, and we just hit a number that we should not have hit. So that tells you, I know it's hard to see through a screen and feel through a screen, but that just tells you how quick this car is. You gotta remember, this car from factory, the 2010, like the 2008 to 2000, and I think it's like 13 GTRs, they came with like 485 horsepower, whatever it was. It was very, very low. And that's what this car came with, 480 whatever horsepower. It wasn't the updated GTRs, like the 2014s and up. That came with like, I think it's like 580 or 560, whatever it is. But even that is still a lot lower than what this car is right now. So, I mean, this car, it gets the power down too, because it's on a 335 tire on the rear. I got 285s in the front. Even though the roads are cold, it still hooks up pretty well. I get a little bit of wheel spin here and there, but the traction control does well at, you know, keeping the car straight. And then I also have another traction control built into the ECU, where if I turn the traction control completely off within the system, I'm gonna keep going. Within the system, my Tune has a traction control for the power that the car puts down, if that makes sense. And I didn't know that until I actually searched it up on YouTube, and I went through some forums as well, and then I actually tested it for myself. So if the car spins, oh crap, if the car spins, it's gonna do a great job of keeping the car straight, at least. now the car is on E85.
You know what? Just give me some corn.
Corn?
Hell yeah, corn! Corn!
It is quite a bit faster on E85. So E85 map 1. So it is, I would guesstimate about 700 and change. But for like the low end, I would say it's like 690. But I'm 100% sure that this car is making way more than 690 on map 1 E85. Now I never actually, I was never really like a GTR fanboy. Like I've always been interested in Japanese cars. I love Japanese cars. But more like right-hand drive cars, like cars that are literally straight from Japan. Those are the ones I'm interested in. My first GTR, I mainly bought it because it was a really good deal, and the same thing with this was a really good deal as well. But I wouldn't necessarily go out and purchase this car because I want it, if that makes sense.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it.
I bought this car because it was super cheap. Every modification that I would have, I always forget to downshift into the second.
Sammy, you will wreck the car. We will not finish.
Every modification that I would have done to it is already pretty much done to it. I'm doing small things here and there. I did all the LEDs to the car. I did a carbon fiber. I did the shift knob, which is not really a modification, but the red leather and the carbon fiber inserts here. I did that. Did I say the carbon fiber engine cover? And I think that's basically about it. And then after that, I pretty much just want to do a subwoofer. If I have the car long enough, I'll do a subwoofer. And that's really about it. The car is pretty solid the way it is. There's not much that I want to do to this car. I like simplicity. This car is not really all that simple on the outside, the way it looks. It's got a big wing. I almost said big wang, but it's got a big wing on it. The wheels are pretty wild. You know, the car looks like it's fast. It really does. It's not a simple build much at all. Even though I do like simple vehicles, this is not it. But the interior is very simple, and that's the way I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to do too much in here. A lot of people will cage these cars and they'll put a full Motec dash on it. I'm not going to do all that. There's no need, in my opinion. Maybe one day, but I don't think I'll have this car that long. I go through my cars very, very quickly. I go through my cars literally like some people go through shoes. It's just, I'll buy it, I'll enjoy it for a couple weeks, sometimes even just a couple days, and then the car is on the market. I bought this car, and I think it was the day after, maybe 2 days later, I put it up for sale. So right now it is up for sale. I'm getting like weird offers on it. Like I've gotten offered a boat, gotten offered an RV. Those are things that I just don't need or really want, even though they're equal value or even more. And yeah, I could take those things and I could flip them, but I'd honestly rather just, if I were to go for a trade, I would want a trade for a vehicle that I would actually want to drive, you know what I mean? Otherwise than that, I do want to sell the car for a cash price. Right now, this one is up for sale for a very, very low dollar. So if you're interested, shoot me a text message on Instagram at povandme.official. The blow-off valve in this car is so loud. I can barely touch it and it just barely touching it. It's crazy. And another thing is, when you get on it, I don't know if every car that runs on E85 does this, but you smell it through the vents. You just smell corn through the vents.
Out of all the foods, you want corn?
Well, corn good as hell. I don't know what you talking about.
I love that. That makes you want to get on it more, just to get that smell through the vents. But I really do try to be very easy on the cars. Oh, wow. I was wondering why it was showing my fuel range. I forgot I was showing you guys that earlier. But I keep it on screen 4, and this shows me everything that I personally like to see and know about the car while I'm driving it. I did talk about getting rid of the Gallardo and then getting an R8, and then I got the R8, and after the R8 I got this. So it's like a it's like a ladder that I'm climbing down. I went from a V10 to a V8, now I'm in a V6. But believe it or not, well, a lot of you will believe it, because a lot of you know about this car, what it is, and you guys know about EcuTek. This car is faster than both of those cars, and probably if I was gonna say if you combine those 2 horsepowers, but no, this car is not that fast. But both those cars were making less than 600 horsepower. My Gallardo was making 495, almost 500. It was a first gen Gallardo, and I don't think they quite made the 500 mark. They might have. I'm not too sure. I gotta, clean up on my Lamborghini knowledge. But I don't think that they quite made 500 horsepower. But I could be completely wrong about that. If they did, it was very low 500, because you got on it in that car and it felt like you didn't really move much at all. It was a very slow car. But it was fun because it was really raw. Like, it was aggressive. It was a single clutch transmission, so it was just really snappy. Like, you'd hit the paddle and it would just punch you in the back. This car doesn't do that. It's a dual clutch transmission. You still get the little aggressiveness, because it is like a more clunkier dual clutch transmission, but it's still very like quick and seamless. But I would definitely choose this dual clutch transmission over, say, like a McLaren dual clutch transmission, because McLaren's dual clutch transmission is very smooth and very, very linear, to where you don't really feel any drama coming from the car, which makes you lose a lot of feeling for power. You know what I mean? Like, McLaren is very fast, but it almost feels boring because it's very smooth. This car, at least, kind of like, it hits you a little bit on each shift, so you kind of feel that initial punch for the next shift, and that power, it comes back on. It's very hard to explain if you've never really like driven these cars or even been in one, but if you know, you know. I wanted to make a quick video on this car because I haven't really done so yet. I made a video previously, but it was a quick, throw. I just threw the video together. Just wanted to get something out there for you guys to watch. We broke tires, shifted sideways, and that's with traction control on. Oh my god, yeah. And that I don't know if you could see it on camera, but that was probably like, oh, I forgot to downshift.
Tommy, you are wrecking the car. Shut up.
That was probably like, what, 40% throttle, if that. And this is the area that I should not be doing this in, because, matter of fact, I'm going to show you something. I should not be doing that in this area. I'm going to show you right where we are right now. Look at this.
Look.
Somebody come and look at this. Look at this. The dang police station. Which means there's police roaming around here. And I just broke tire on a very, very small road. That'll be that for this video. Thank you. I'll see you later. I'll see you later.
City lights flicker bright, engine hums through the night. Windows down, feel the breeze Moments like these bring me ease. Neon signs glide in view, passing cars, sky so blue, counting stars one by one, lost in time, nights begun.